Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
Guess who's back?
What is up, YouTube? Just finished my pistol offense collection, and this is the first game I got to use it. Uh, and so I'm gonna give a kind of a review of how I thought. The game doesn't go that well for my man Steelman here. We talked after the game, and he was a pretty cool dude. Uh, and he messaged me here, asked me to play for my Pat Pete, um, my draft silver Pat Pete. So I'm guessing he was going for the collection or something and needed it, or what have you. So I give a look at his team, and there was nothing really I wanted outside of maybe his DT or Jerry Rice, who were rated better than my receivers, and probably would maybe make me bigger plays, especially than my Julian Edelman, who I hardly ever throw to. He's just more of a soak up a good corner guy. So so back to the pistol offense here. Um, you need to really structure your team for it if you want to go for that. I like teams that have the pistol in their playbook, specifically like, for example, the Niners playbook, who I think I actually use now, even though I completed this collection and I used it for a bunch of games. It just didn't have the variety that I really wanted, especially when you get in those games where you're not stopping him on defense and he's not stopping you on defense, and you pretty much go through your, 20, 30 plays maybe that, you're really solid and comfortable with, and he already knows how the play's going to go. So you try and change this stuff up, and I don't think the pistol offense has the variety you really need to be successful in MUT, in my opinion, unless you really got your team structured for it. So first things first, you need to get yourself a good quarterback with good throw accuracy and good speed on him. So an RG3, any RG3 pretty much, as long as he's above like an 80, will be that guy for you, because he's going to have his 90 plus speed, and he's going to have awesome accuracy, whether it's deep ball or short passes. And I'd like to think and dunk more with the pistol offense um, when it comes to passing game, just because um, of how the play style is. Quick reads here is how I feel that the playbook works the best with. And you see, I should not have gone with his Jerry Rice, because he just didn't. He couldn't make that play. Couldn't keep his feet in bounds. And my Terrence Newman can't make plays, so I think he's going to get replaced here soon. He really needs to. Like, he does this all the time to me. Is in great position, goes up for the ball, and just can't come down with it. So, you know, I mean, you do everything right except for the final step. You've pretty much fucked up, in my opinion. So now we get to go back on offense, tied up, and the next thing you need in your pistol offense is guys like this, Tavon Austin, nice, quick, good hands receiver, and I think that was my silver draft collection one. I want to get the gold draft collection of him, Pat Pete, and DRC so bad, but those cards are just so expensive. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's not even the individual cards that are expensive. Their play recs or their coverages or their catching. It's their gold. The gold speed's not that bad, but the gold acceleration and gold awareness are just insanely overpriced. And you're honestly probably better off just straight up buying one of the cards. Like, if someone puts it on the auction house. Like, I think I've seen the cheapest I've seen DRC or maybe Tavon Austin on the auction house for was 75,000 coin, and I don't have it now, or I probably would have dropped the coin for him, because I'm just in love with those two cards. Like, their draft ones of them are just amazing. They give you plus the stats, and they give you just great cards in general by themselves. So I'll take them. So we're back on D. We got to bottle up his Chris Johnson there, because I think that's his the draft Chris Johnson, because he asked me for my draft Pat Pete, and the fact of how quick this guy is. He ends up making a great play with Chris Johnson, but this is not it. That ball right there is mine. You do not throw to Deion Buchanan's area. He ends up getting, I think, 3 turnovers for me in the game, and my secondary is where it's at in my opinion, outside of Terrence Newman, and I got to work on this halfback wheel either practice mode or some of their challenge modes because it's such a good play. I've seen like if you ever watch Cookie Boy, um, he runs that play to perfection with his halfback wheel. Pretty much has his halfback in that wheel route on every play, and he's one of his he's like his last read, but pretty much makes big plays with it all day. And I'll leave a link to his section because he does good commentary and he makes a lot of good reads and has good insights into how to play MUT and head to head. But look at this Chris Johnson here making great plays. I mean, that's what that breakaway speed can do for you. I think that's what MUT is all about, honestly, is speed and hit power. Um, get you them fumbles and get you guys in the positions they need to be. But able to use her and have Terrence Newman make a great play there. I don't think Terrence Newman was going to do that unless I used him. Um, and again, Jerry Rice not making plays. Good thing I didn't go for him. Uh, no offense to Jerry, but you got to make plays like that if you want to call yourself the GOAT. So Deion Buchanan gives us the forced fumble here. Beeson picks it up for us. So we're back on offense. Want to go up 2 scores. And that ball, honestly, was a bad throw on my part. And probably the best throw Edelman's ever given me because that was not intended for him. Uh, but that was a great play. I mean, what you could do for that. But yeah, Edelman was not the guy for that ball, but ends up bailing me out. So back to our offense. My receivers I got out here is the playoff Crabtree and playoff Julian Edelman. And then my next 2 slot guys are the path to draft Kevin Benjamin, um, and my Silver Tavon Austin I talked about before. And I like my Kevin Benjamin there because he's honestly an overmatch for a lot of linebackers and safeties. And even if he gets the nickel corner, usually a nickel corner is a little smaller most of the time. So he's able to go up over top of him. And he's got sure hands, sure catching traffic, and all right speed, honestly, because I don't think he was that fast in the combine. But they gave him good speed on here for him. Um, so now I kicks in my DRC. I'm already up by 2 scores. And you know what? I think DRC, he hasn't had one in a while, so let's take one. Let's take one to the house for him. He's already won me a game by himself. Um, so you can't kick to my DRC. I don't know what it is about this man. He's just phenomenal. I don't think there's a returner I would probably use over him. So another quick offense. Didn't bring him on the field. But really should not be kicking to his Percy Harvin because he is making some plays for him. Uh, I don't know why he's not. I don't see him in the field for him, but he'll be on the field for me because no matter what rating Percy Harvin is, he's going to make plays. Nice stop there and catch for Demaryius Thomas. Now he's going to that hurry up, and I'm kind of caught in a bad situation because I'm running a 3-4 defense right now. And not that my linebackers are bad, but some of them don't have the speed. And look at this, RG3 comes up, smacks my guy in the face, and says I'm going to run the counter the other way. Don't worry about it. You're not going to get me. I think I knocked out his Colin Kaepernick he had earlier, which I think he actually upgraded after I knocked out Kaepernick because RG3 makes a couple plays here for him that are just like amazing, like that one there and the one previous, his self-made quarterback counter. So still caught in a bad situation, do not want this to happen. Couldn't get my guys manned up on the outside, so I'm stuck on Terrence Newman. And he completes it underneath to Chris Johnson. And Chris Johnson, he's just a first down machine. This Chris Johnson for him. He's a guy, he needs to be feeding the ball. Right now, I don't think I would go to anyone else but Chris Johnson because he's making plays for this guy. So he rolls back out. And you know what? Kyle Fuller says, I want to pick. It can't just be all Deion Buchanan and Clinton Dix making plays for me. So he comes up, makes a big time catch for me there. If he had dropped it over top of me, he'd have gotten the score, but instead he bullet passed it, and Kyle Fuller is able to pick it off for me. So I'll take it. Now back to this read option pistol offense because it's working out for me so far. He's not doing any like run predicts. So I'll take it. Now though, I'm expecting him to run predict, but so I think I came out to play action. This is a bad ball by me. I'm bailed out because he does a dive rather than a pick, because that should have been an easy pick. So I figure I'll just run it, make it a little bit shorter, 3rd and 8. Trying to get the ball, no one open, just throw it away, and I'll take my 3 points. Now I'm up by 3 touchdowns rather than opposed to 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So we're going back to defense, and like I was saying before, the pistol offense is just not as robust in its plays you got as an option, as opposed to an actual typical playbook. Because I think you need some shotguns, you need some single backs, hell, even some I formations in there, just to switch it up and give you some different personnel or different blocks. And Kyle Fuller, you gotta make that catch. I think he just dropped himself out of the MVP of the day. You know, I mean, it's hard to compete with Deion Buchanan with what he's done for me so far. But gets across to the Decker. I don't think he knocked out my Ha Clinton Dix there. At least I hope he didn't. But it shouldn't be that bad because I got a bunch of injury contracts. And Foster, you gotta make that catch. You gotta make that catch. The SWAT's okay, but the catch is better. And look at this. That's what his Chris Johnson's able to do. Turn a negative yardage play into a 4-yard game. So Deion Buchanan was not happy with just 2 turnovers. He wants a third. Gives me the ball back. Now we're gonna go back to offense, back to this pistol offense, and see how it does for me. And I usually don't run that play because I don't think it runs that well. It's the inverted veer. Pretty much in any formation, I have not been able to get it to work for me well. Um, Personnel don't matter, in my opinion, head to head. It doesn't matter no matter what team you go with. It just doesn't work well, because you got 2 guys essentially going to the same area of the field. So a run commit that way, both guys are jacked, as opposed to a zone read where it's run the same way as the inverted veer, but your quarterback goes and essentially runs a counter to the other side. So I get that deep ball to Olsen there, and actually Olsen, I want to get a better tight end because this playoff Olsen I think I have, he just doesn't. He doesn't have the breakaway that I really want from a tight end. Like I would love to get a Vernon Davis, or maybe a Ditka or something, but just hasn't fallen to me yet. So we're up by big scores right now. He's pretty much the game's over after that touchdown. So just kind of playing around here, putting guys in zones, and Fuller makes a good play here. Keeps it from getting down the field there to Jerry Rice, turns the balls over. So now I'm just going to run the ball. I want to eat at the clock. I kind of want this game to be over. I'm surprised he hasn't user quit here because honestly, in these matches, once there's a turnover and it's just pretty much the game is just not going to go their way, they usually quit. I've found. So, but I just keep running this read option and I get another touchdown. I mean, I'm not really trying to score, but if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. Because there was a couple people that told me that you get more points the more you score, or more coins the more points you score, and okay, I'll take more coins. I need coins to definitely get a couple of these players that I've been wanting. But that was not the guy he should have thrown it to, but still somehow completes it. I mean, he was in his deep third zone, but still throws the ball over top of him. So I don't know if Madden just said, let him get a chance to get a score, but he's just not able to complete this ball here. Ends the game. Well, let me know what you guys thought about the pistol offense, the personnel you need, what I thought about it. If you guys want music in here, any jersey, specific stadiums, let me know. Well, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.